So the cardiovascular system is all about oxygenating the blood, but more than that, it's about breathing in ionized air, charging up the blood. So we're moving this electrical charge around the body. And it's not so much that the heart is a pump. The heart is not really pumping the blood around. And we can prove this because the speed of blood going into the heart is about the same as the speed of blood coming out of the heart. And then the blood will go all the way down to the extremities, the fingers and toes, and it will stop. It's stationary. It gradually slows down and stops. And at that point it needs a heart, but there's no heart at the fingertips. So somehow the blood starts to move again, speeds up, and then gradually it reaches the faster speed and enters the heart. So the heart is not a pump, it's more like a pressure regulator. It regulates the pressure. Now this is very important. It means that the blood is moving by itself. It's not the heart that's moving it. It moves through the heart, and the heart will assist it and regulate the pressure, but the blood is moving by itself. We know that from the extremities. And this is to do again with electromagnetism. It's also to do with capillary action, but it's also to do with etheric energy. You see, etheric energy is moving around the body, just like electricity, just like blood. And we know that in the acupuncture meridians, lines of energy that move around the body. So this energy, all sorts of energy is flowing, moving through the body. And the etheric energy is the primary one. So that will move, and then that moves the blood. Now, the real purpose of the heart, I think, is to magnetize the blood. The heart is a muscle wrapped up in on itself, like a coil of wire. So a coil of wire, if you have a current passing through a coil of wire, is an electromagnet. So the heart is this electromagnet, pumping, moving, pulsating, and blood passes through it. Now in the blood you have iron. If you have a good diet, you need this heme iron. Comes from animal products. We need it. A special type of iron. And when that's in the blood, it can be magnetized. So other elements also. But now you've got this magnetized blood flowing around the body. Magnetism, moving magnetism within a field, the whole body has a magnetic field, that will also create electricity. So the blood itself moving is also creating electricity. If you've got this heme iron, again you see perfect circumstances, a good diet, healthy diet, and good air, ionized air in nature by a waterfall, a river. There you do your chi practice. You're literally getting free energy. So once we realize that the heart is not actually pumping the blood, it's not about the heart. It's about the blood itself, the whole body. And you see, the blood is also stored in the spleen. So the spleen has excess blood down here in the lower part of your body on the left. So when you start to exercise, moving, you warm up slowly so that the blood can come out of the spleen. And when the blood comes out, then you can exercise harder, faster. More blood can pump round. But because you are exercising, moving the blood, now the heart has to work harder. There's a lot of blood pressure moving, so the heart has got to beat faster. More blood passing through it, it's got to magnetize more, and it's got to ionize, charge up more. So we have to breathe more. So the cardiovascular system is secondary to the blood. And the blood is secondary to the etheric energy, the chi. So now if we understand that, this body efficiency training is about doing a lot of movement, a lot of work, but with little effort. So I don't really do cardio training, only incidentally run up the stairs now and then. Or I do the punch bag. but I practice so that my heart rate stays low. In other words, if I can do this thing, opening up the bone structure, opening up the joints, activating the muscles, so now also when I open up the joints, the blood vessels open up. Blood can flow more efficiently. And when I squeeze the muscles, activate this tensegrity, I'm actually squeezing the blood, moving the blood through the body, not using the heart. It's not the heart. See, I squeeze blood down my arm. I create tension in my shoulder, so that's locking the blood there. But then I squeeze the tension down to the elbow. So now I've drawn the blood to the elbow. Now I squeeze down the forearm to the wrist, to the fingers. So now I've drawn the blood to the fingers. So I've moved the blood. Now if I relax, the blood will rush back. I've moved the blood without using the heart. Very, very efficient. And that's how it works anyway. And when you do breathing, oxygenating the blood, again, I do bucket breathing. Breathe deep into the back of the rib cage. That's the deepest part of the lungs. And when you do this, you move the rib cage, expand and contract the rib cage. The diaphragm will also move, but you hold tension in the belly so that you draw the movement up into the back of the ribs. So when you move the rib cage, you are expanding and contracting the lungs more. And you're taking the workload off the diaphragm. You see, I can breathe without the diaphragm. You all can. If you try just holding your breath, don't do anything, but let air go in and out, then just expand and contract your rib cage, you'll see a little bit of air goes in and out. You're breathing without the diaphragm. Activate the rib cage. So now you've made more efficient breathing. More air gets into your lungs, but it's less work. You're not working hard. You're not using the diaphragm. You're using the skeleton, the musculature. The ribs themselves expand and contract. And when you move the rib cage, you're also changing the pressure around your heart. So you're squeezing and relaxing on the heart itself. So when you synchronize breathing with moving, you actually are synchronizing also with heartbeat. So you can imagine now the pressure in your rib cage will help the heart. It's actually pumping the heart for you. So the heart is doing less work because the rib cage is helping. So now you become more efficient. See, that's what I do. If I run up the stairs, when I run up the stairs, I really breathe deep into the back of the rib cage, really activate the ribs, and then I jump, I run through the joints, bouncing on the joints. But this rhythm, this breathing, allows a massive amount of blood flow with very little effort. And the blood goes through the joints to the fingers and the toes as I run up the stairs because I've activated the joints, opened up the blood vessels. So when I get to the top of the stairs, I test myself. How much out of breath am I? I want to be able to get to the top of the stairs and I'm still breathing the same. Now I can't quite do it, but I'm getting better and better. That's the training I do. It's about increasing efficiency of the body. So that's cardiovascular training. It's not about hard work. It's about reducing the effort on the heart. And it's about increasing the blood flow by using your whole body. Using the tensegrity, stretching open the bone structure, activating the tendons instead of the muscles. The muscles will lock the blood, but the tendons keep it flowing. And of course, finally, it's about the etheric energy, the chi. If I flow the chi, feel it flowing through the body, and I exercise with the chi, try and feel that I'm breathing chi. You see, I'm not only breathing air. I'm not only breathing ionized air, electrostatics. It's not only magnetism in the blood. It's this spiritual energy. I'm breathing etheric energy and focusing it into the body. It's all the same energy. This body is electrical, and I've explained how we get free energy, but we also get electricity directly from etheric energy. I flow etheric energy through my body. I feel it. Then I activate the muscles and the bones, and I'm condensing the etheric energy into more electricity. So this is how we can train. I might not be in a good place, the air is bad, my diet is poor, but my mind still works. I create electricity from etheric energy by focusing into the body. Focusing consciousness. Consciousness is spirit. Spirit is etheric energy. I just have to move that etheric energy in space, inside the body. Feel it as fluid energy, like the blood, like electricity, like water, all the fluid. Blood is fluid. Electricity is also fluid. Etheric energy is fluid. And inside the body, as I'm breathing, see now, not only am I breathing air through the nose, I'm breathing air through the skin, but I can breathe etheric energy from any direction. I can breathe it in from the earth, up through my legs, breathe it in through my hands, breathe it in through the crown of my head, from my back. This energy is everywhere. It can come straight in. The inhalation and the exhalation is the rhythm of the soul. That's the yin and the yang. That's the waking mind, the dreaming mind, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind. That's the breathing. That's the spirit. That's the body. That's the expansion. That's the contraction. That's the etheric energy. That's the electricity. You see, inhale, etheric energy. Condense, condense. Exhale, squeeze. Exhale, electricity. Condensing the energy. So I hope this made sense. Thank you so much for listening. Please do leave me any questions or comments, and I look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.